Hey everyone, welcome back to SnowRunner. So in the last episode I acquired this massive Western Star twin steer truck, and I was thinking about using it for the last bit of the quest that I was working on, where I'm trying to deliver fuel to a railway station. It doesn't really make any sense to use for that quest because it's so massive, and you kind of need to use something small and a lot easier to maneuver for that quest. So what I'm thinking we'll do is we'll try and get this a little bit done where we just have to go back to the drowned warehouse. So I want to get that finished first, and in order to do that, obviously I can't really use this. But I have some excellent news because the Taiga has got a couple more upgrades that I can get, thanks to me becoming level 11. The engine and gearbox and all that is pretty much the same, unfortunately. I'd really like to find this suspension upgrade, but the good news is that I finally have the ability to get some off-road tires instead of just all-terrain, which makes me very excited. But the thing is, I have to make a choice, and I haven't actually looked at the spreadsheet to see which ones are the best, but we kind of have a couple options. Basically, it's dually wheels at the back or single wheels, and I think I'm going to try out single wheels this time. Alright, so there we go. These wheels are apparently excellent off-road. The last wheels that we had were only on the good category, so we're getting into some good territory here. This is the kind of stuff that we need to conquer this map a little bit quicker, and just to do better overall in this game, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. So I'm pretty happy with that upgrade, and I figure it's a good time to go and test it out. So I'm just going to plan out a route really quick. We've been this way before, but I'm not going down and around like I did last time. I'm going to take the road as long as I can because that makes it a lot easier, and we'll go down from the top, I think. From the top means down this way. I believe we have done this recently, and then kind of around all this watery stuff. Don't have to worry about that too much, hopefully, now that we have these excellent off-road tires. Then we'll drive around this, down here through this mud pit, and then just kind of continue along this not so defined road all the way over to the warehouse, and we'll hopefully be able to pick up the last two pieces. That would be good. Anyway, we may as well get started with that because it's going to be a long journey. I'd like to get this one done and be able to do something else, potentially. That's the goal. You never know, though. I mean, this truck does not have the option to have a crane and a back bucket thing that I have. Basically a platform that can hold two pieces of cargo. So that's kind of its biggest downfall, and that just unfortunately means that yeah, if I fall over, I'm kinda screwed. So here's a bit of a weird one. I don't know if you know this or not, but I've been following the SnowRunner Twitter, and they just recently posted that MudRunner is now on phones, interestingly enough. And from the trailers, like, it didn't look that bad. Like, it looked like a mobile game, but it surprisingly looked okay. I'm wondering what kind of beastly phone you need to run it, but I'm kind of interested to try it. I don't think SnowRunner is going to end up on phones anytime soon, because this game is pretty intense on the old graphics card. Especially in file sizes, though. Like, just recording this game, usually I record for an hour and a bit, usually an hour 15 to an hour and a half, somewhere in there. And the file sizes end up being 75 gigabytes-ish. Like, it's big file sizes whenever you work with this game, and that's not always the case with other games. There's just a lot going on the screen, so I think that's probably why. Well, thank goodness that this truck is fast, because otherwise this would be a much longer journey. Taking the Azov was definitely on my mind, but I was thinking about the speed on this one more than anything, and also the ability to get these tires, because I believe that these are the same ones that are on the Azov, interestingly enough. So now I can actually do like a fair comparison test between the two of them, because we have two trucks that are both all-wheel drive and diff lock all the time, and they have the same wheels on them, which is good. Okay, so this area here isn't looking too bad. There looks like there's something going on over there, maybe a rescue or something like that. I believe I've been down this way a couple times before. Getting on to nighttime, though, I'm a little bit worried. I'm probably going to skip the night this time, just out of, I don't know, just trying to make things a little bit easier for myself. So this is the 11th episode of SnowRunner, and it's actually the third episode on this one quest, because this quest is taking forever. I'm hopeful. Oh yeah, no, we've been around this rock a bunch of times. Let's just drop into low. But as I was saying before, I'm hopeful that I can finish this up in 15 quests or 15 episodes. Although let's be real, it's not gonna happen. We'll see though. We'll see. I have a lot of games in my back catalog of games that I want to play on the channel, and unfortunately I don't have time for 3 videos a week, as I did I think last week when I was able to put up Radical Relocation on Monday, because I think that went pretty well, but I also just don't have time for it. The ways of life are busy, unfortunately for me, and it just means that making videos is tough, but I'd love to do more. Either way though, I'm going to try to continue on this series while putting up other videos, and we'll see how well that goes. Alright, this route is, well, it's not too bad. It's not great though. Getting into this muck here, I'm just going to immediately winch because I don't want to get stuck. Even with these better tires, obviously it's still possible that we get stuck, and I'd rather just avoid that circumstance entirely. Yeah, thank goodness, with those winch points, it's not too bad to get out of that spot. With some cargo, it might be a little bit worse, because I do plan on coming back the exact same way. Okay, if we can actually make it back the exact same way. Okay, so we're at that spot where there's a big water crossing, and then we're pretty much over to the ruined warehouse, which means that this is actually going surprisingly quickly, and it makes me happy because obviously I don't want to be doing this one again. I'd rather just never have to go to this warehouse again in my life, but you know, we're probably going to end up there again at some point for a quest, whether that be in... This is a deep stream, my goodness. But rather that be in a video or a stream or something. I haven't been able to stream for a long time, so I'm hoping to be able to do so at some point. Not sure when that's going to be though. Well, good old low range has gotten me through that one. Didn't even need to winch, surprisingly. But also with these off-road tires, which are definitely helpful. Again, I think these are the exact same ones that are on the Azov. I'm going to have to confirm that, but obviously it has great wheels on it because that thing is a beast. Yeah, Russia is kind of full of these unmarked roads, and I think that's where a lot of the upgrades are on the maps as well. Interestingly, I think from my experience, it seems that a few upgrades are not located on the map, at least immediately, so it just means that you have to actually put some effort into finding them. And I believe we did go this way before and then got stuck, so I'm gonna go around this side. Oh no, same thing again. This whole area here is an absolute disaster. You can kind of see the mud, and then me trying to go around it as well. And I'm stuck on, I believe, a route, because routes, again, are my greatest enemy. I'm very close to a winch point, but it's way too close to be able to be used, so I'm not in a good situation right now, and I'm working to get rid of that. Unfortunately though, I'm getting close to flipping, which isn't great. Okay, I managed to escape the clutches of that route down there. You can see it right in there. That thing and all routes are extremely annoying. Please die. Please burn all routes. That is my my motto for today. We need the lift on this truck so badly, and also those massive mud tires, but again, not quite the right level for that. I need to level up twice, which is going to take some time. But these routes just mean that any low truck, or a truck with a low front, is just completely useless in crossing a lot of these barriers. But there we go, finally through. And there's a ruined house right there. Why would they put their house near a nuclear waste dispensing compound? I don't know. Obviously it didn't work out so well. And finally we've made it to the warehouse, the drowned warehouse as it were. Not a fan of this place, as you can probably tell, but hey, it shouldn't be too bad now that we're coming from this angle. Last time I went through the entire compound, and that was a huge pain. This time though should be different. I mean, I might have been able to get this far with the Western Star, but I didn't want to risk getting it stuck, just because, well, that would be unfortunate. Like, it's only it's only 4-wheel drive at the back, but the front wheels don't spin, so it's not a great situation to get that thing stuck in here, especially because it's so massive. Alright, I'm just gonna bulldoze these trees, because who cares? Say goodbye, trees. We'll pretend that that one cargo piece that I dumped in the water does not exist, and we'll just go ahead and grab as soon as I can get in there. the 2 containers, and then let's go. Okay, so far not too bad. Basically, if you didn't watch that episode, this place is a wetland, and in some parts of it, it gets extremely deep, so yeah, I'd rather avoid getting stuck in there again. It has happened to me a few times, and in fact, I spent an entire episode wallowing in the mud around it, so I'd rather avoid that. But back we go, and hopefully we can make it over the road without too much distress. It'd be nice if I could just make it through. That would be good. A little bit extra weight might actually help us in some of the slower off-road sections, but in the deep mud and stuff, especially when we slow down, it's not going to be easy. So I've got to be careful. And this is one of those games that I wouldn't say it's difficult. A lot of the game is it's pretty basic. Like, you kind of just drive trucks, and once you get used to being able to do that and the different ways that they react to mud and such, then you're going to be okay. But they definitely are, or this game is definitely one of those games that is extremely slow and tests your patience because of it. Like, I think that the difficulty in it just comes from the ability to be able to wait for like 20 minutes for a quest to be done as you drive slowly through the wilderness. Like, some people find their enjoyment in that, and that's why like this game has been quite well received, and me included. Like, I think that this game is extremely good. Probably the best game that came out this year. Came out in 2020, I think. Probably the best one that I've played, and that's not really saying much because I don't play too many new releases. Okay, this is bad because I don't know how I'm gonna get through this in an acceptable manner. I guess I'll try and go up on this side because there are trees, but as you can see, it's a bit you kind of just dig yourself a hole here, and it's not great. Okay, I'm slowly moving somewhere, which is good. Let me put it in low and continue to crank the winch a little bit. Oh, the parking brake is on. Goodness, no wonder I'm not going anywhere. Okay, that feels good. I was a little bit worried about this spot, but now that it's conquered, I think pretty much everything should be fine. Maybe the water crossing, but other than that, I'm very happy to be done with this quest. It's only been 20 minutes real world time, so yeah, not too bad. That gives us a lot of time to use the Western Star for something. Okay, this is the next tricky spot, but you know what? I'm just gonna take the side road. There's no point in trying to drive right through that when there's a slightly better way right here. I've done this one before, so it's not too bad. I know from experience. And there are winchable trees right here as well, so the game is definitely letting you be smart and take the easier way, because sometimes it's better to just go around instead of taking things head on. Alright, not too bad. We finally managed to make it all the way to here. I believe the road is pretty close. Yeah, I think it's just past this. I haven't set down any map markers, so it's possible that I do get lost, but I also just drove past this, so I should be able to get back, theoretically at least. Okay, we are going a different way, but it's fine because we'll end up in the same place anyways. Basically, I'm going around and then over to the road, and let me make sure I actually get over there. Okay, this is not a great situation. Basically, we have to drive through this marsh. Thankfully, there are trees all over the place, and also winchable points, because otherwise I feel like I probably would get stuck pretty easily. Okay, so far so good. Made it this far without too many issues, but I am slowly getting stuck, so I'm going to try the age-old technique of winch the back of your truck. Wait, where's the back? There it is. To the thing that you're just winching to extend your range. There we go, nice and easy. Yeah, this would be a really tough spot if it wasn't for these hydro poles. That would be very, very challenging to be able to get through otherwise. But I'm almost there, thankfully, and I think I'm going to do it with relative ease. Be able to make it through here, and then back on the road, and man, oh man, that is deep, wow. Oh, that snorkel's coming in handy. Oh my goodness, that's low. That is really, really deep in there. Okay, I should have brought the A's off just for this one section. Oh no, we got this. Just a little bit of nuclear radiation in the water as you do on the average Sunday. That's the day that I usually record these videos. Oh man, I am in deep though. Come on, truck. Just ever so slowly get on up there. Oh, that's a bit of a break. Come on. We're very, very slowly moving, and I'm hopeful for the best here. I feel like I need a stronger winch somehow, but I am very slowly making it up this slope. It's just taking forever. I'm really not doing great being stuck in the water like this. Like, I have plenty of winch points, but just not enough traction, like not enough ground to make it up here. I'm just bulldozing myself right into the mud, so it's not quite working out. Okay, I'm gonna purposefully back myself up here. Maybe I can get up onto some drier land up here. And I'm also going to winch from the side so I can keep myself above the water and maybe, just maybe, get up onto this land. Oh yeah, no, that's working. That is very slowly working. Okay, if it wasn't for this tree right here foiling my plans, I think I would be pretty much spot on, but I'm going to try to winch from this over to something over here, just like that, and then, oh, there we go. Oh, not reverse. We need forwards. There it is. Freedom. Ha, feels good. Note to self, though, never go through there again. That was a very easy disaster. Don't want to ever have to do that again. Well, deep water, lots of mud, can't stop us. Finally made it back to the road. And thank goodness for that. Oh, what is that I see? No, it's just a stick. I thought it was a wolf. Anyway, I'm getting excited. Just a little bit too excited to be finished with this. Ah, goodness, I totally forgot about this ridiculous mud pit here. Oh man, I've been through this one a couple times, but I'm going back. I'm not going around that way. We're going back around. It's going to be a little bit longer, but a lot easier. Well, after taking a bunch of damage, I have managed to make it all the way here at speed, which is great, and I can finally drop these off and be done with this. My goodness, I'm eager to be done with this. Oh man, that's a lot of money, but hey, it was not worth it. Alright, so I've got this massive Western Star twin steer truck that I want to use for something, and I know you've been waiting the whole episode for it. I have no idea what I'm going to name this episode yet, but it was potentially going to be after this. We shall see. The thing is that this truck is very specific in its uses, so we need to find a quest that'll work for it. Let me see what I can do, though. Alright, so we have our contracts. Not much going on here from what I can remember. Looks like we just have this oil one to do, where we need to grab metal beams, service spare parts, and cargo containers. And then deliver them all to the radio tower, which is way over here. You know what? We could actually do that. That's 4 pieces of cargo. We could grab them all. And then... Actually, no, metal beams count as 2. Darn. That would be good otherwise, though. But we need that to be able to get access to the gateway, so that would be a good quest to do. The metal beams are way down here. We could potentially go and get the spare parts and the cargo containers pretty easily. And drag those over there. That wouldn't be too bad, actually. Alternatively, I only have a couple of tasks on here, including finding bricks, but we can't really do that, so it looks like we've got our thing. It's looking beyond the horizon. Yeah, let's go ahead with this. So that makes it pretty easy. First thing we gotta do is drive over to the railroad. I can't speak anymore. 8 o'clock in the morning. Recording videos in the morning is both a curse and a blessing. It's a blessing because then I'm done with it, and it's a curse because I am not like cognitively aware and at early times in the morning. Alright, so this thing is a total beast, and I know I drove it a little bit in the last episode right at the end, but I want to try. I don't think we're going to finish this quest, but at least I can try and do part of it. It would be good to at least get the first couple things. So we need cargo containers from here, I believe, and there. Oh wow, it's a 2-person thing. Okay, so that's perfect then. That means that I can go grab the 2 spare parts because I know those are single, and then we can deliver those to radio tower, and then we'll have to go back and get the metal beams and then deliver those afterwards. So yeah, this is the biggest problem with this truck. It is massive and it doesn't articulate, as well as the fact that it has no all-wheel drive. Other than that though, it's just an absolute tank, and it's massive again, which just makes it cool. I've never actually had weight on it though, so I'm very curious as to how it's going to act with a big piece of steel right in the middle of the thing. I feel like I'm going to end up needing to use the diff lock quite a bit, because that is pretty much my only tool to be able to get through some of these obstacles. Obviously it's going to work out for us well once we have some more weight on the back, because as it currently sits, it's weight all in the middle, which isn't exactly good. Okay, so I managed to get those, and that means that I have the option to go and get the service spare parts, which are down a little bit lower. I believe they are here. Okay, that's pretty far. We have some ground to cover then. Alright, so I still don't have this corner of the map unlocked, which is kind of dumb. I should probably get that at some point. But this is the way that we're going down to the factory. And then to get over to the drop-off point, which is way up there, we're just going to end up having to go all the way back. You know, it's probably easier for me to just drop off these containers first. That would probably be smart, but I'm just going to drag them all the way because, I don't know, I like to have fun here. And then the metal beams aren't too bad. Basically, just kind of turn down here, pick these up, and then go back around, and then up this way. It shouldn't be too bad to get that and do that, or just go up this way too. But using this truck, like, narrow roads are not our friends. Well, let's take this container on a journey. It's going to be a very long and unnecessarily long journey for it, but hey, that's okay. Just makes it more interesting to have more weight on the truck. I like to take these bigger loads, and obviously this thing is not needed for this quest, but I don't know. I just need an excuse to use it. I'm unsure if you can pull a trailer with this truck, but you could potentially have 8 pieces of cargo in a line. That would be really cool. Interestingly though, I was just thinking about this. You could use this thing as a powered trailer, because it's basically the same length as a trailer, except maybe a bit longer. It has its own power to the back wheels, so just pull it with something. I think I mentioned before, but I used to think this was surprisingly quick. Unfortunately, I believe its speed has fallen apart a little bit with the advent of this weight on the back of it, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. This is a good pace for us, and we're just going to be crawling the road for a lot of this anyways, so it's not going to be too bad. Sometimes the decisions I make in these games are not going to be the same ones that you would make. Don't worry though, because you can just buy the game and make those decisions for yourself. I find a lot of people try to kind of project their, I don't know, the way that they would do things onto me and the way that I do things in these games, and that's not always going to be the case, and they kind of end up disappointed as well. Alright, off to the right here, or left, my goodness. I'm totally losing it a little bit here. Maybe more than just a little bit. Let's go low range, let's go diff locks. This is a pretty bad spot. Again, we do have a bit of an advantage because of our big tires and ability to lock the diffs, but other than that, it's going to be a little bit tricky for us, I think. Having the weight on the back end like this is, well, not on the back end actually, is not great, because we want weight over the back wheels, not over the front wheels, because they're not powered. Oh yeah, no, see what I mean? This thing just eats up the mud here. Not too bad at all. Taking a lot of fuel to do it, and we're getting in deep as well, but I'm having fun. Can you imagine mudding in this thing? Well, we're doing it now. Okay, slow is the name of the game here, truck. Let's do this. Nice and easy. Slowly make it now. We do have a winch, thankfully. If this thing didn't have a winch, it'd be probably unusable. But there we go. Made it in. I think the funniest thing about this truck is that the front end can be in a completely different time zone than the back end. It's unfortunate that it's not powered though, because honestly I think this would probably be one of the contenders for the best truck in the game if those front wheels had power. Okay, this is going pretty okay here. Slowly working my way through the mud. This truck weighs a lot, so it even kind of bends the bigger trees, which is a little bit worrying. I didn't think that those trees could come down, but this truck is challenging my perspective on that. We shall see how it goes. As long as I don't high center it too much, then we'll be okay. Okay, so my goal, and I think I mentioned this before, isn't necessarily to finish this quest, but I want to at least grab the stuff that I'm trying to get here, and then hopefully deliver it. The metal bars or beams are not particularly far from the drop-off zone, so if I happen to do this quicker than I think I can, then I'll absolutely get those and get those done too, because we definitely need to get these quests done. And opening up the gateway is also really important, because a lot of these quests are going to be about moving from one area to the next, and I haven't even touched that part yet. Yeah, realistically I still have a lot of work to do in this game if I want to finish it off. I'm very much a perfectionist when it comes to games a lot of the time. Like I want to get literally every single thing done, like 100% completion, but oftentimes I don't have the patience to get through it all, or I just run out of time or what have you. It doesn't really matter how fun a game is. I'm not the kind of person who can just grind a game for hours and hours. That's just not who I am. Oh jeez, I almost rolled over. Okay, that was really darn close. Don't lose it now, Western Star. This thing is tipsy. And that's almost over. Come on, settle it down now. Those wheels are completely off the ground. Oh my goodness, what have I created here? Western Star based catastrophe. Okay, what I need to do to get myself out of this is turn into it and then slowly accelerate. There we go. Well, we made it to the extremely rickety bridge that somebody basically just laid down a bunch of logs to create. And again, it's a little bit awkward jumping around with this truck, but again, thankfully it has pretty decent suspension, so we should be able to make it through these parts without too many issues. I'm very slowly getting to where I want to be. Okay, I think I actually made it to the warehouse that I need to be at. I've been in this place before. I believe I actually went here with the... Was it with the small truck that I had? I think it was. I'm pretty sure I came here at one point. Mostly just because I remember trying to slam the trailer through here. I believe this was a drop-off point for some of the nuclear material. Either way, let's go pick up that service spare parts. We need 2 of them, and then we'll be good to go and deliver. Oh no, we're gonna have the same problem here, aren't we? Okay, I'm gonna have to go wide to get into this place. Really wide, actually. Okay, come on, truck, you got this. Just nice and slow, all the way in. And less jackknifing would be good. Ooh, that's a bit of a hit, but... Oh no, okay, we're good. It barely fits in there. And a perfect marker for me means that I can just go ahead and grab the cargo. Service spare parts, we need 2 of those, thank you very much. And now, onwards. Okay, so we're down here. The basic gist of it is I need to go all the way back the way that I came, and then, oh man, that does not look particularly safe there, but, and then basically I need to drive back up the road, past all this, and then up this way here. See if I can do that. That's probably going to be pretty challenging though. Well, with the added weight on the back, I'm hoping that things will still work out fine for us. Basically, we're just going back the exact same way, so back through the mud we go. Not particularly exciting, unfortunately. It's good to see the Western Star all loaded up and working though. I'm very happy to see this. I bought this thing on a bit of a whim, just because I wanted to try it, and I'm glad I did. Probably going to end up selling it at some point, because it's not really that useful, but I have money, so I'm just going to keep it around for now. Like, the reality of things is I don't know what trucks to buy next, because the trucks that I have are working just fine. So I'm kind of just buying stuff to try it out and see how it works. This is obviously the less efficient way to do this, but it's fun, and that's kind of what the point of playing games is. I mean, it's the same sort of idea with what I did with the worst truck in the game, at least in my opinion, is that international truck that I used last 2 episodes. That thing is absolute garbage, and I could have done that quest in like 1 episode if I just used a proper truck, but I don't know, I just like having fun, so I decided to do it with that one and give myself great pain and misery. Okay, so this time as I'm rolling through here, I'm going to attempt to not roll the truck. That would be great. If I end up rolling it, then it's going to be a whole other ordeal here, a lot more difficult. With this truck, I realized that I have been very seriously spoiled using the Taiga and the Azov and the other trucks that have the ability to be in diff lock in high gear. Like, it just makes it so much faster to get through stuff just because of that. I like those trucks a lot, and I'm going to continue to buy ones like them. My goodness, I finally made it to the road. That took a long time, but here we are. Feels good though, feels good. I burned like more than half the fuel in this, which is a little bit spooky, but if I run out, I'm not too far from base, so I can come in with a trailer or something. I don't have any scouts left, but I can always just bring the Azov with a fuel container on the back. That works too. At this point, I think the Taiga is the smallest truck that I have, so I'm really rolling with the big guns here, and I don't mind that at all. Alright, finally on the little trail that we need to be on. I've been this way before, but I don't exactly know how to get up to the spot that I need to get to, so it looks like we just kind of travel on forwards, and then pass a probably really rickety bridge, and then up we go. That's not going to be too bad. Radio tower it is. And then once all the weight is off the back of this truck, we'll be in some good standing to go and get those metal bars. We'll be a lot faster, I can tell. But like, narrow roads in this thing just do not match at all. Okay, my heart skipped a beat as it started to roll over there. But thank goodness we made it. Almost lost my mind. Oh goodness, it's this bridge. Well, this one's not too bad, but it isn't great. Yeah, this is one of the slightly shadier bridges, but thankfully... Oh no, there's another one right there. Yeah, both of these are pretty shady. That's, oh man. I was gonna say that that one's not too bad because it's not really... Like, if you fall off of it, it's not really high risk, but this one, total opposite. This is like the rollover bridge right here. It just wants me to die. And, oh, lost some wheels on it. No, 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 no. Oh. Come on. I went a bit too quick, I think. And I don't have a winch. The engine's stalled. Oh, man. We're so close to the destination, but we are not far from the garage either. Let's make an attempt to rescue this, just so I'm not starting off the next episode on a harsh note. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the... you know what? We haven't used the Azov for a while. Let's go grab it, and we'll put on a heavy crane, because I think we're gonna need it. So you can kind of see the wheels that I was talking about last time. When I was talking about the Taiga, these wheels look pretty much exactly the same as the ones that are on that now. Although they do appear to be a little bit smaller. I'd have to check that. They do give sizes, but yeah, these ones do appear to be exactly the same tread pattern at the very least. Okay, I just did something I should have done a long time ago, and I monkeyed with the video settings a little bit, and now the game is running way smoother. I really should have done that a while ago. It was kind of dumb that I haven't, but I'm sorry guys. The next episodes are going to be a lot smoother than this one has been. For some reason I had this filter on that wasn't really necessary, and I also had TAA on instead of MSAA, which is not a good thing because TAA basically just smooths everything out. So yeah, this is looking a lot crisper. It looks pretty much the same except it runs way better, so I don't know. Sometimes you gotta go into the settings and change things up. I was wondering why the game wasn't running as well as I would hope, and here's the answer. Well, I feel dumb for a number of things now. One of them being the graphics settings for the past like 10 episodes haven't been right. And another one is, yeah, this truck having fallen over due to my mistakes. But yeah, hopefully I can get this fixed. That would be good. I just want to roll this thing over, and I think I'm going to end it for today. We're really darn close to the objective, but I don't know. Alright, let me see. Let's get this thing back over. I've never actually used this heavier crane before, so I'm kind of interested to do so. And don't roll this over, please. Goodness. None of this rolling. Oh. Okay. If we can balance ourselves right here, then I think I'll be fine. Handbrake on, crane mode, and let's do the anchors as well. Oh yeah, no, those are big anchors. Okay, that's good. Up we go. Wow, this crane is way more responsive than the other one. That's really nice, actually. Let's grab hold of that winch point right there, and then turn to the side. I wish I could see a little bit better. Okay, it's rolling, it's rolling, it's rolling. And it is rolled, officially. Kinda. Okay, what I'm gonna do, back into crane mode. Let's detach that, and then we'll try to pull it forwards. Just a little bit. Oh, that's just rolling it right back over. Oh man. Alright, its wheels are spinning, and I think I've got it freed enough that I can quickly switch back to it. There we go, Western Star, diff lock engaged, and I am ever so slightly rolling backwards right now. Oh, the game did not like whatever happened there, but it looks like I might be able to just put the cargo on right here and then just kind of back up. That should be an easy way to do it. Okay, there we go. Now I can finally put the cargo where it's supposed to be. should be pretty darn easy with a crane this massive. Yeah, this one should not have any trouble at all with these cargo pieces, except for the fact that they're pretty close to the actual truck. Oh, that is... oh, no, not quite as perfect as I was hoping. Oh, man. Okay, so I have the cargo on there somewhat. I'm going to quickly switch trucks back to the Western Star, and then I'll pack what's on here, and then we'll unpack it afterwards. But if I can slowly drag myself around a little bit, then I might be able to winch a little bit easier onto that piece, because as of right now, it's not particularly wanting to grab that one crate, just because there are a lot of other winch points around it. So if we can get around it, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Haha, I got the crate finally. My goodness, that was a lot of effort just to get this one small crate. But once it's on there, it'll feel good to be done with, and then I'm going to release all my fuel into this truck, and then recover the Azov, and then we'll drop off the cargo in the next episode. There we go, nice and easy, and we'll restore this crane, and then quickly refuel. Alright, cargo is packed, feeling good. Let me make sure I can escape from this hellhole. Let me see though. Let's wait. Oh, we can't refuel from this thing. That's not good. Okay, so I'm very slowly backing up here. I'm hopeful that I can just kind of ram my way through this. Go into low range, difflocks again, and winch onto here, hopefully. Oh, that's gonna roll again, please, no. I just want to escape. That's all I'm after. Alright, I'm gonna quickly use the Azov as a winch point here, and hopefully I'll be able to grab the truck pretty easily. I still feel so bad about that, the graphical settings thing, my goodness. Sometimes it pays to poke around a little bit and see what's going on. I had the FX filter on and I totally didn't need it. Either way, let's get the heck out of here. Oh, please don't roll again, please don't roll again. No, 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 no. Oh, it's so close. Why is it so tippy though? That's the problem. I guess it's these rocks potentially? Like, I need to pull myself that way, but I'm not having any luck with it. Okay, let's try and just do the age-old winch onto this, drop the handbrake, and then just try to pull it. Like, see, it's not really moving. It's just getting stuck on that rock. Well, unfortunately I'm out of time, but I think this is going to be my challenge for the next video. Somehow I have to rescue the Western Star. Oh, maybe not. Come on, Western Star, let's go. Okay, I think I did it. Just pulling the winch seemed to make it through. It just had to give a little bit of a roll over there. Oh man, that was bad though. That was really bad. The recovery Azov is here, and it's not anywhere near strong enough to pull this truck because of how much it weighs. Either way though, let's recover this and be done with it. Thank you for watching. I just want to take some time to thank those who have chosen to support the channel. We have Canadian Steel, Overlord, Dr. Ivo, That Rice Stood Explorer, QT Bear, Terry Williams, The Most Random Person, Safety Cars and Stuff, Boris Ramirez, Jug, Jacob, and Ruben. Thank you all for your support.